Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at who might be coming in here for you between now and the end of 2021. Now this will be for both love and romance as well as career and finance, as you know I like to do. Remember, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Capricorn, I do not do personal readings, so if someone DMs you, that is not me, that is somebody impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. And I do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. If this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. This is a Celtic cross spread that I'm doing, which I like to do from time to time in these bonus readings if you were curious. So let me make sure everything is in view and we'll get right into it for you. All right, that looks just about good enough to me. Also going to take 3 cards here to clarify as we go along. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Justice card. Could be dealing with a lawyer, legal situation, anything involving the law. Could be dealing with a Libra type energy. Remember, the natal chart is big, okay? And so when I say there might be a Libra coming in, they could have those qualities. They could have a Libra moon. They could have a Libra Venus. They could be a Libra sun. So do you understand what I'm saying there when I say that? But if that's not resonating, what this is talking about is karma. This is the karmic scales balancing out and tipping in your favor, okay? So something ultimately where the outcome you are getting the outcome that you deserve in some way or another here. And so it really is dependent on how you've acted or what you've done here up to this point with the Justice card. It's a very nice card if you have acted with integrity. It can be a challenge if you have not. And that's really what the Justice card is all about. And so definitely feel like maybe some of you are dealing with law. Of course, not everyone is going to be, but definitely getting that maybe vibe here for some of you. So taking a look here in the current situation, you have the 3 of Wands. This is growth and expansion. This is opportunity. This is looking towards the horizon and asking yourself, what can I do to make this situation even better? And with that, you've had some sort of initial victory. You've had some sort of initial win, and you're now looking to take it to the next level. You're trying to get to the next win, which is the 6 of Wands. And for you, it's like this is definitely an exciting period of time. Some of you are going to potentially be thinking about travel between now and the end of 2021. I always do like to say with this type of reading is that this energy could spill into 2022 as well, so do keep that in mind. Some of you thinking about travel here, maybe meeting somebody on the road, or I know it's not the best time to be doing that, but some people are. But some of you may be meeting somebody during a trip or something like that, I feel like is what's going on here. Now, what's interesting is you have this 8 of Cups. Some of you, who's coming in is who's actually leaving. And the person who's leaving is actually you. Because what you're doing here is you are deciding to take a leap of faith in a new direction. You're letting the broken, spilled, empty cups be a thing of the past, and instead what you're doing is walking towards a new timeline or a new horizon here. You can see that this person is letting go. And they're saying, you know what, I'm not going to let the situation of the past hold me down anymore. And in fact, they're about to walk towards the 9 of Cups, which is the fulfillment of a wish. And so for you, that is coming up in the problem spot. And so what I feel like is going on is you're like shedding challenging people or challenging issues from your life here. And it's been a problem for a while. I do feel like somebody is maybe holding you back from growth and expansion. And you're going to make a big change in that area here between now and 2021. Now, in the past, you have the World. This is the completion of a cycle. There was something here that came in that made you sort of think differently about a person or a situation. The reason I say that is because this is kind of a coming of age type of card. This is the completion of a cycle. It's the end of the major arcana. And so it says you've gone through the entire hero's journey and now you're here. You've arrived. And with that, it does come with some sort of reward. However, for you, it's almost like this is also, by the way, a card of self-reflection, reflecting on the journey you've taken to get to the world, to get to the end of the line. And for you, there's, in the past here, I feel like you've taken some time to reflect on what you want in relationships, whether they're business, legal, or romantic. And you're deciding, you know what, I'm going to do me here. And that's what I feel like is going on for some of you. Now, in the future, you have this Eight of Swords here. This is somebody who is trapped in fear, okay? Somebody who is sort of in a sword imprisonment. Each one of these swords represents a thought. And with that, it's self-imposed restrictions. You can see the blindfold that this person is wearing, indicating that they can't see the way out of this prison, but they could easily take the blindfold off. It's just that they're not doing that. And so for you in the future, I do see you breaking out of something. I see you breaking out. Okay, I see you getting out of something. In fact, if anything, it's possible that in the future, who's coming in is more like, as I've said before, who's going out for you. And I know that's a little bit confusing, but some of you could be purposefully isolating here in the future, in that some of you may just want your own space, something like that going on, Capricorn, and there's nothing wrong with that. On your mind, you have the Moon. This is a word of caution. This is a card indicating that potentially something is not as it appears, or someone is not as they appear. And I don't feel like you can see that yet, even though it's on your mind. The reason why I don't feel like you can see this deception is because you have a blindfold here in the future. And so what do you do in that situation? Well, it's the other part of the Moon, which is you tap into your intuition and you trust your gut. And that's what the Moon is telling you to potentially do with someone in your circle or in your life here, Capricorn. Trust your gut around the way that you feel about someone coming in or leaving as you move forward between now and the end of 2021 into 2022. But you do have growth and expansion on the horizon. It's almost like for you, that Three of Wands, it's sort of like you want to do it on your own. In the subconscious, you have this Four of Wands, which is a marriage. Okay, now combined with the Justice card, it could either be tying the knot, getting into a legal arrangement, a legal agreement, which is marriage, or divorce. It really depends. But some of you, it's either what you're evaluating here. Okay, I'm getting sort of two storylines here. Some of you are evaluating that you don't want to be isolated anymore, and you're trying to find, and there's going to be a random marriage partner coming in. Others of you are evaluating that you're wanting to be on your own, and you're maybe breaking up or separating. That's what I feel like for some of you you're doing, and the whole reason why is because there's some sort of growth or expansion opportunity that's sort of in there. And for some of you, you feel like being partnered would help you. For others of you, you feel like maybe being isolated would help you, or being on your own is what I should say, would help you. Convoluted, but that's what I feel like is happening here. Now, where you're headed in this staff, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing this situation, you're ready for a change, okay? Death card is transformations. It's really not a card to be afraid of. In fact, it's one of the more positive cards in the tarot. It says that you are actually done being the Hanged Man, which you have in the outcome here. The Hanged Man, number 12, is somebody who's suspended in air, someone who's not growing. The Death card, number 13, is saying, I'm going to actually stop being stagnant. And in fact, what I'm going to do is bring on a change. I'm going to make a major transformation in my life. This is Scorpio energy here. Scorpio takes things and transforms them into new life, into new beginnings. And that's what you're doing with this death card. You are initiating change in your life. Externally, you have this Three of Pentacles, something around building quality work. It's almost like some of you, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but some of you need space. And, you know, you're the only sign I've read so far where it's more like you're interested in maybe people going out instead of coming in. This is teamwork, togetherness, working together with others, but it's in your external. And it's like, it's also someone who builds quality work with the anvil and the mallet. And so for some of you, it's like you have some sort of situation that you want to develop, you want to build, something like that, some craftsmanship or something like that, where that's going to be your priority for some of you. Others of you, like I said, some of you are in either scenario where the change you're initiating is finding somebody. Others of you, the change you're initiating is going alone. And the person, if you are finding somebody, it's somebody who is a marriage partner with this Four of Wands unexpectedly. In your hopes and fears, you have the Six of Swords. So we had this Three of Wands, which is travel. And now we have the Six of Swords as well, which is another travel card. So again, some of you, maybe that third storyline is some of you meeting somebody on a trip or a business trip or travel or something like that. You know, this is a card of you going through a rite of passage, going through a transition. If you're not meeting someone on travel, what you're doing is transitioning into a new timeline for yourself. And this is maybe causing you to have some fear or anxiety. Others of you are so desperately hoping to get out of a situation with this Eight of Swords and this Six of Swords. What I will say to that is the outcome here is the Hanged Man. What I will say to that is it's really up to you, okay? You really are holding the keys here because you have this Death card as your influence, meaning it looks like you are wanting this change, you are wanting this transformation, but the outcome is that you are still staying here. And so remember, in the tarot, you have free will. You can change any part of this reading. If you want to cut the cable here and start free falling, you can do that. So I feel like if anything, that's the goal here for you. The challenge for the Hanged Man is to let go. For you, it's letting go. And for you, it's like you're so desperately wanting to get out of this sort of imprisonment here, which is kind of like where you are in the future and the outcome. You're kind of just where you are, but remember you have this Justice card here, which means ultimately you get the outcome you deserve, which ultimately means, again, as is the case all the time, you have free will to choose how you want to take this direction that you're in right now. So let's go ahead and see what cards want to come forward to clarify. This is a pretty intense reading. So you have Judgment. So this is interesting because you also have the card that comes after it, which is the World. Okay, between now and 2020, the end of 2021, you're going to have major sort of revelations, awakenings, spiritual downloads coming in. This is the biggest card of karma. The Justice and the Judgment card are the two major karma cards in the tarot. Indicating that the choices you make are ultimately what's being rendered here to you in real time. And so for you, it's like, you know, with this, you're really reflecting on and kind of doing some self-evaluation here on what your goals are, what your values are, what you really want. And with that, a judgment coming down based on those reflections and those ideas that you have. You have this Three of Cups. Some of you are in this push-pull between wanting to be on your own, isolation here with the Eight of Swords in the future, and also wanting partnership or wanting to be in groups, wanting to have joy and celebration and good times with others, as you get the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, both indicating groups, teamwork, being together with others. Some of you are in this push-pull here, where it's like you kind of, I see both scenarios coming in here for you. You have this Four of Swords as well, which is rest, resting from a battle, you know, healing, resting from potentially some sort of heartbreak, as you see the Three of Swords card on the banner, letting go of any sort of challenging situations. And for some of you, it's like this is going to be a solo journey. And for others of you, you're finding somebody who's going to help you do those sorts of things, or help you rest, help you see something in a new way. Probably going to be a longer term partner here with this Four of Wands in the subconscious. So let's go ahead and start to clarify this some more and get some oracle cards, please. So within the next few months, okay. What else do we have here? If you believe, and what else do we have? Meditation brings answers. This is what I feel like. I'm not surprised to see this meditation card, like at all, in this reading, because it's felt like that the whole time. Wait, if you believe. Okay, yeah, some of you are just going into a mode of serious self-reflection with the world, the judgment. Meditation brings answers. Six of Swords, going through a dark, a journey through the night, the dark night, and potentially even a dark night of the soul type of situation going on here. This is an intense reading, I have to say. I'm getting Scorpio vibes, even though this is a Capricorn reading with the Death card, but also just the intensity of this reading. Some of you may be actually meeting a Scorpio with this Four of Wands below. Maybe that's the person that's coming in for you. But yeah, dark night of the soul type deal. Let's see here. Okay, you have toil and labor, message, sudden wealth, family room, unexpected income, and pathway. Well, that's very good. That's definitely very good. Some of you working hard for your family, something like that, or there's like a struggle, like trying to break away from your family, especially if it's like your not like you and a partner and your children family, but I mean like your birth family. Like if you still live with your parents, for example, like you're really breaking away from that, wanting to really break away from that. Sudden wealth, pathway, message, unexpected income, amazing. Some of you potentially getting an outcome here that looks very good, a new pathway in your career opening up, people coming in with offers, that maybe even has a little bit more money associated with it than you thought. So this looks very good. Thank you so much for being here. Always grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zanintuitive.com to sign up for my email list, and I will see you in the next one.